All right. See why we're not getting this actual transition here on the display. There we go. I think everybody can see everything now. Don't know what that was about, but we are live. It's been almost a month. I just realized this after watching all Pleasant's live streams recently. It's been a minute. But we'll get these doors shut on this case fast riser. Recently went up the same day the 715 went up. But we're gonna plant some beans. We're actually gonna head back here first and get this field behind the farm sorted. How's everybody doing tonight? Day after Easter. I know for some it's still like a holiday. Still celebrating some things. I wonder if maybe go the other way. Usually I go one way, but I think I'm gonna try to sneak this in through here. Yeah, work this. Oh, there's a little bit of drop there. A little bit of a drop. That will be all right. Try not to. Try not to. Let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. I think we figured out what the issue was last time. Waylon, Scooter, also welcome. Of course, Pleasant, always a pleasure to have you here when you're not busy modding away. Same for you, Scooter. Guys, always got projects on projects. Love to see it. I should turn down on my end a little bit. All right. Going fast, get the beans in. Whoa. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. I never clicked forward. So we're gonna jump ahead in time real quick. All right, that's what I thought. We're gonna turn that down. Get that down a little bit. There, that should be a much better volume for the music. And we are in April, so now we can actually plant. Which is what we want to do. I know what happened. I took a screenshot, backed out, never saved it when I forwarded it. Oh, Scooter's got a little project. Be excited to see what that results in. So this pulls at a pretty good. Maybe not. Keep saying I'm gonna add better gears to this 310 versatile, and here we are. I always forget about it. Get sidetracked or get busy with real life and completely forget to update it. But yeah, we'll make this all beans, and I think I'm still gonna have to take that music down a little bit. At least this. Yeah, at least this time you guys can actually hear it. Expandable pastures. That was a mod that was needed. I went too low. So I think it's got to be like right there. It's so tight, like it's something, I think I'm using a NVIDIA filter and I think that's what's doing it. Right there should be better. We're gonna get this figured out. See, when I listen to it on my end, that's what throws me off with OBS. I wish you could do it all through NVIDIA. I mean, you kind of can, you just can't manage it the way you can with OBS, but still. That should be better now. But yeah, back to expandable pastures. That was a great mod to come out. I'm playing around with it a little bit, especially for the mod version of it. It's pretty neat. It's definitely something that I don't know. There's just too many mods. It's always which I get is the design of the animal, the husbandry mods and builds. It's hard to put in that custom pasture with it, but I think, like you're saying, Scooter, and maybe this is not what you're doing, but I think it does add another dimension to it. It makes it a little easier to customize. See, there you go. In the pasture together. They definitely got up his salary. He's creating a full-on evolution of farming sim. I mean, he's not wrong, Scooter, but you, Pleasance Barns he's putting out. I mean, it just, small-time farming has never seemed more possible than it is now. For at least the American models. I feel like FS22 has finally, which mostly to the modders, but there's just a lot more American stuff coming out. Small farming, making it easier. Pleasant, there is a nor'eastern coming on Wednesday through Friday. So kind of what we got hit with 2 weeks ago. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll be golfing anytime soon. So it sounds like it's going to push golf season back another 2-3 weeks, which means we probably won't be golfing until end of April, early May up here, which is kind of sad. Not really burning through the beans on this. Now we got a song that's kind of low tone, but I think it'll be alright. Looking at the decibels, it's still hitting good. So my problem was I got too many projects going at once, to the point where I just started playing the game. Try not to be burned out. Then I watch Pleasant over there every night. He's got updates of something beautiful. I know that stave saddle has been getting put to good use on my Alma map save for Chasing the Dream. That was, the timing of that was too good to be true, Pleasant. That was a huge help to my beef operation. Well, stay safe, Scooter. I know the Midwest, definitely, I think, what's it? The Great Lakes area is supposed to get hammered too, I think, on Tuesday into Wednesday. There you go, Paul. And welcome to the stream, by the way, Paul. Oh, how did I not know the #1 prankster himself would arrive to the chat? Scorp is in the house. Welcome, Scorp. Well, you know what, Paul? There's a couple modders in here who have a way with old equipment. Yeah, I'm kind of... I mean, I don't think we're going to get lucky. And I don't think it would possibly stay around long, but I'd be okay with just rain for 2-3 days. But I have a feeling we're going to get, you know, they're predicting right now we're going to get about 16 inches to 18 inches of snow then followed by a bunch of freezing rain and sleet, so I'll make for another messy weekend, end of the week again. So just at the point of the last storm, kind of far as shoveling and moving snow and stuff like that, that was all I needed to do for the year. But in reality, I probably shouldn't complain because Maine's been pretty relaxed for winter wise this year. And we got a keyboard malfunction. No. Uh-oh. We got a runaway keyboard. This is not what I planned on doing. This whole time I thought I was charging my keyboard. That shows you what happens when I rush into this stuff. Alright, there we go. Well, I guess we're gonna split the headlands here. Which actually, I mean, could be worse. This is roughly where course play split it up though last time, I think, when we were plowing. I think too, Scorp, down in Texas, aren't you guys supposed to get really high winds as well? I'm kind of like watching all the weather stuff. Let's get this rise. That fast riser. I know, I did realize after the USB wasn't hooked up to charge the keyboard. It was almost one of those situations that I watched FSG do a couple weeks ago where something happened and he just kept driving, didn't realize by the time he caught on to it, he was in the tree line. I think your thing, Pleasant, is you got too much into the barns now. It's an addicting phase. You get on one project and it just becomes, you know, fun. Or like, I run into a lot is I'll play, then I'll be like, oh, kind of want this now, kind of want that now. And by that time it's too late. What I'm gonna do is finish this little section up here. I was going to run the sim dashboard tonight, but did not charge the tablet, and it seems to die pretty quick now when it's not plugged in. Been using a lot on American Truck Sim and Farm Sim. My own saves a lot easier to change lanes and stuff using the VCA mod. There we go. That's kind of the way I am, Scorp. I get scattered a little bit. You know, when I was changing some things over to versatile equipment, that was my biggest issue. Was I was like, oh, what about this model? Oh, look, I just found a model that, you know, I could reskin and it'd look a lot like another versatile implement. So then I'd have like 4 things open. Then I forget that I pulled the wrong XML. That's usually my issue. I'm using the wrong XML. Did you just learn that from FSG? So yeah, he's I have another little Android you can actually put like your whole speedometer and everything on. That's what he showed me. That's why I think he actually made that Fent one. Alright, let's just shoot the gap one more time. I like it. I personally like it, so I play a little bit of F1 as well. Having those on both sides of the wheel is kind of cool, where you can actually see the track as well because of the play in the first person view. So it's nice to kind of have that all set up, but for Farm Sim, it's definitely a big help. I wish I could find it or have a way where you could actually see like the precision farming map displayed on one of the screens like an actual tablet would in the tractor. That would be something I think if somebody could bring to the table, it would be pretty cool. I was always looking at the mini map. Like, I have it on right now, but I'm not really a fan of the mini map in Farming Sim. I use it pretty much only for precision farming, and like right now I just have it on, but that's what I leave it to. See, mine just folds Scorpion. I got a little fold on it, so it's easy to, I can just kind of like fold it down like a book and it's gone. And it's got a pretty hard case on it, so I can set other stuff on it if I need to, but that's actually something I'm gonna see. Maybe I'm not too good with that side of it, but if it's button enabling and pulling from a map, there might be a way to do it. I just wish Giants had a little more information on like the Luas. They have that book out there, but some people who I've seen already get the book don't seem like it gave away much of the inner secrets to creating those. But I personally think being able to take the mini map off the screen completely and putting it on your tablet would be a game changer. So I think we should start spreading the word and see if anybody can do it, because I'm sure there are some gurus who can figure out a way to do it. I am not one of those gurus. Valid point, Scooter. Valid point. Now, I thought this was set up to go about 14 miles per hour was the fastest I could turn and burn with this. But I feel like this 310 doesn't pull what it's supposed to, which is probably my own doing. I'm gonna clean up this little piece I missed right here, and we'll run back down the inside of this. And we're dropping. This does rise and drop pretty quick though. I get it's called the fast riser for that, probably that purpose, but it's pretty solid. I was pretty happy to see a bunch of case stuff released that day, even though some of those smaller models I probably won't use. Because there's this, the fast riser, then was the other one the early riser? I think it was early riser. The menu would be nice too. But I know, I think it was Red Dog was just recently asking about that. He's trying to alter some UI stuff. And there are a few people out there who've done it. But it just seems to be like, in order to figure out some things for certain things in Giants, you kind of either gotta backwards engineer, which is frowned upon technically, or you need to be really good at it and know preemptively where things are going to go, because they just don't share. But maybe, I don't know, maybe in the future we are going to see more. You know, they actually put out a modding pack, though it wasn't as in depth as what some may have hoped. I thought it still supplied enough information to get your base models, stuff like that, built into the game. Then you add guys like, you know, Pleasant, who you can just go in Blender and whip up things. Scooter, you've got some old-fashioned impressive projects. See, Scorp, I would have used the Massey or the Agco. I think those are 24 meters. Those are pretty solid. I don't know why I was thinking we'd use more soybeans on this soil, but we don't really need to. I think this is a pretty good seed rate. So far I haven't seen anything over 2. Whoop, missed a little section right there. Come on. That's why I should have clicked on the GPS. I've done this freehand. It's been a while since we've just done it. Scooter, you're not the only one. That's literally like, I don't know what it is. I start to get on a project and then I either get a real world project that takes over the time. Then when I get back, I decide, oh, new project for Farm Sim instead. Or I play the game and I'm like, oh, this would be nice. So it's always, Jeremiah, welcome to the stream. Thank you for swinging in. You've been a pretty busy farming simulator player as well lately, I've seen. Some great screenshots. Trying out the Spotify royalty free. Let me tell you, those are some tough playlists to go through. I know this one's probably a little more upbeat and still probably not what a lot of people are looking for, but it's better than some of the music I was finding. Probably didn't have to do this turn, but we're gonna do this. Clean up this end. Finish the middle. It's not the prettiest job. I'm a little rusty at doing this by scratch, but we're getting there. I want to thank you guys for the continued support. As of tonight's stream, I think we're only 31 subscribers away from 1,000 subs. It's crazy to think that this channel would ever even get that close. Move the arm down a little bit. I feel like I keep trying to look over it the way things are set up on the lower screen. And we're striping. Got distracted looking at the chat for a second too long. Also had a little bit of lag there. I've noticed recently, and I think it might just need to empty my cache. But every time that train comes within view of the farm on here, it seems to lag out a little bit. But I think it was a NVIDIA update. Because Farm Sim hasn't put out any updates in a while. Probably just broke some reels on that one. Too sharp for turn. So Scorp, what do you think of the 715? Did you like it? I finally actually get to sit around and fully put it through some testing last night, and I'm pretty impressed with it. I was on Medicine Creek a little bit, which I was trying to decide, do I stream that tonight, make a farm build? But I'm like, Pleasant brought up a good point. There's just so many people doing it, and I'm not one of those people chasing a trend. I mean, sure, it can get you some views and stuff, but I don't know. I think that's a map that I'm going to play offline and just enjoy. Maybe I'll do a live farm build of that one of these nights. But yeah, the sound of it was impressive. The interactions with it I thought were pretty cool. I wish those screens were a little more live feedback, but obviously because I went to console, can't So you just get the interchange. So while we're right here, let's just jump into this one. I want to take off another edge over here. And remember, we did open up all these fields. It's a good thing we don't have a row crop ready on right now, because these rows would look terrible. Also recently learned, Versatile is a huge tractor brand in Australia now. Bueller Versatile. Sometimes I do say that, Scorp, too, that I feel like they could have pushed this game a little further sooner, but console just kind of nudged it out. Did it get down in time? I think so. I think it did. I mean, right now we might only have to fill it once to do these 2 fields with soybeans. Yeah, it was just weird because I don't know if it's because I followed somebody that's always demoing Versatiles on YouTube, but all of a sudden all these like Australian farmers out there with their Versatiles. There was one farm I think had 16 of the 620s, which is just insane. But in fairness, they also harvest massive plots. That is also true, Scorp. And you can kind of tell because of how low the limits are. If you ever play multiplayer online with a PS4 or old Xbox, the limits are like 1,000 limit, or 1,000 lower per console. It's just crazy. But I mean, them being able to make it crossplay too is cool because there's a lot of people out there. Like, I have a couple friends that only play on console. Like, I understand that part of it, but definitely there's times I'm like, you know, why is this not to the game? Or, you know, but a lot of it too comes back to the engine they have. Which I'm wondering if whenever the next version of the game comes out, will we be seeing a new engine? I feel like they're at a point now where, you know, Unreal Engine is taking off, and you're seeing so many indie style games just look really good for their limited development team based on that engine. And in all honesty, I'm fine with Farming Simulator saying, hey, we're not going to release a game till fall 2025 or 2026. Let's keep, you know, beefing up DLCs. Let's beef up map options. Nothing says that they can't be developing game while also still releasing some more things along the way. But I do understand too, it's cost market and you got to kind of balance it out. So you can only go so long without, you know, making a steady income off a game to keep everything running. But one would think something along the line is coming, being that I saw somewhere that they hired more testers. You don't do that unless you know you have a good, steady flow of income coming. I mean, So Unreal Engine, you don't technically have to buy. It's similar like what you see with, I guess there's some licensing to it, but it's pretty open. See, there's a little bit of the lag hit again. I want to just see for a second. Train's not there, so maybe it's not the train. But honestly, right now with the maps coming out, you know, it sucks when there's all this talk of the next game coming out that, you know, everything kind of slows down, because there's some other mods I think that are in the works by some great modders and modding teams. But I just think, you know, do you try to push it out and then the new game comes out? But I think right now you push your mods out, and maybe Giants will be a little more receptive on helping getting the conversions. I felt they did a little bit better job in the bringing mods from FS19 to FS22. I thought went a little bit smoother, besides all the people who just did the quick convert and brought over trash. But compared to FS17 to FS19, I thought, you know, we didn't really see good mods for a while because it just wasn't a clear process and it wasn't really communicated to what Farming Sim 19 could do. I don't know, Scooter, you converted over some of your stuff. Did you think FS19 to FS22 was easier to convert over than FS17 to FS19? I will say on the map side though, from playing around with some stuff, the maps seem to be a little more annoying converting over. And I think scripts took a while just because that was one of the things that Giants didn't really talk about. But they seem, even though they say they don't do it directly, but it seemed to me like a few modders too also got inside info on what to do, and they kind of streamed it and shared it. You know, 82 Studios, Dave seemed to be, you know, right on top of what needed to be changed in mods before they even did the early day testing and displaying of it. Fusion, welcome, buddy. Long time no see. I saw you've been lurking around in the Farm Sim guys multiplayer lobbies. Good to see you. Don't get me wrong, like, sometimes it sounds like I'm wishing Giants would do this or wishing that. They do a lot more than a lot of games do, or at least software teams do, for their followers, supporters, consumers, however you want to word it. But there's a lot of games out there that are pretty strict with how they do modding, what they allow, and I think Giants kind of plays that gray area with it. Which, this is why we've ended up with some of the great mods we have, some of the great maps we have. So there it is. I just had that stutter, then there's the train. So we know that is there. So we only used up, what, 20 bushels? I forget how many bushels this holds. No, more than 20. Probably 80 bushels. 60 bushels. I don't think I'm gonna be able to sneak through that way, so we're gonna have to go through the yard. That's what I think it is one, you're never gonna learn to grow your game if you don't kind of open it up to the public's eye and review. You are right. Which, fun fact, I just got the game didn't work, the CD, but I found the CD from my old school early thousands PC. So I think it was like 2006, 2007. That's funny you guys bring that up. I found that, and then the other game I found, which was from like 95. It was Windows 95, Windows 98, Braveheart. Completely forgot that was ever a video game on top of a movie. Also did not work when I tested it out, so unfortunately both CDs were no good, and I've now made it to the trash. But yeah, John Deere was just a very... I mean, it was ahead of its time, but at the same time it was kind of slow. Kind of choppy. So we get this one bean, and then all the fields across the road, we're gonna do corn. I did think about doing one with sunflowers though, because I think I could use those sunflowers for the hogs. I could be wrong, but I think the hogs can do sunflowers. See, for me, my first farming sim game, I want to say was 13. I saw 11, but 13 came out right around then, and I was like, I'm just going to get the new one. That is true, Scooter. That should have made a relic next to the computer. Farm Bros, welcome to the stream. How you been? Farm Bros, did I see you on Wade Mitch's multiplayer server last night on Medicine Creek? Oh, Fusion, you feeling all right? No barbecue for a while? That doesn't sound good. Nice, nice. I thought I saw you and heard you. You guys are getting some harvesting done. I want to see... Okay, the axles aren't doing it. So I thought it was something with the REA mods, stuff like that, the real dirt. But apparently some people are saying after you've been playing for a while, on trucks and some tractors, your axles will start to bounce, and it's actually something that was put out in an update. But I felt like I would have saw it a month ago. But I think it's done too when you use a worker. You hire a worker, it happens. I didn't realize we had to listen to ads still. I thought using this account was not going to do that. Alright. Well, we made it a half hour without an ad though. I guess that's a good sign. Hopefully we didn't jinx it. How is Scott Scorpion? I haven't seen him post anything in a while. Or did he change his names? Little downhill slope I made right here. Get enough speed. Yeah, we gotta work on the gear ratios a little bit. I think that's gotta be a project that I cannot get sidetracked on. There we go. But we'll have beans, which I think I'm gonna take one field of beans and feed it to the pigs and sell the other field. With the corn, we'll probably just sell all that. And like I said, maybe we should do one field of sunflowers just for the pigs. So I'm pretty sure I can feed them that. I get it mixed up with so many maps because on UMRV I could feed them sunflowers and that was like 100% for them. Yes. Actually, you know what? I did see it. I was just thinking that if it's Scott's free for all now. I did not. So when I converted this over, I have not messed with any of the torque yet. But I was seeing, I want to say in the Niz's Discord talk of the torque. But I probably need to look at that. Where's that spreadsheet located, Scooter? Or if you could send it to me in Discord. Because I feel like that might be my issue. Because I notice this thing seems to bog out pretty easily. Even though I'm well over the horsepower requirements. And I want to get this up. See, like right there, a slight adjustment and it just bogs down. And now it'll start to run. Definitely going to add some more torque to this. Because the 265 I have for this outpulls this at almost everything I've tested it with. Because I almost thought about just copying that over. So maybe that's what I shall be doing. If it's bad weather this weekend, I still have power, which hopefully we do, knock on wood. I might mess around with that. It is. It's still... I'm gonna zoom in right here. I gotta clean up the labels or the designs on it still a little bit. I still want to kind of like touch up that whole front screen to be more like what we have in the actual base game. Just have to size it, but and the color of the screen looks off. But I also think part of it's the way the light hits it, because when I have it everywhere else in G and stuff, it's fine. But there's either another gloss that I'm not seeing, like it's applied in game, that there's like a shader to it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still not that good with it, so we got work to do. I bet you do. So when I converted this over, I was getting this weird AI collision thing. And that's all I did, I think, for like 2 days straight. In, out, reload. And finally got it. I had Mark Thor cleaned up a few other things for me. And walked me through it, which helped. And then now here I am. I got tillage equipment, versatile, and everything else. But the actual engine factors of it, I am very, we'll say, uneducated in, compared to some of you guys that understand that. Like, if you gave me a spreadsheet and stuff, I might be able to start understanding it more, break it down, or even charge that, you know, scale adjustments. Okay, if I move this side, this is where this is going to shift or adjust it. So actually, I'm going to have a beverage. Hopefully that's far enough away from the mic where you guys can get like ASMR from it. He did. He saw me struggling with it, Scorpion. He was like, "Hey, send it to me." But then he took the time to like, "Okay, this is why I did it," which is huge because remember the guy that he's able to bump him out. He's comfortable with them. But I'm a person too who likes to know, and you know, he's willing to help me with that stuff. He also saved me on my Chilliwack save because I needed some serious beet harvesters. I will never plant that many acres of beets again. I mean, even right now, that I have that one field in front of us right now is all spuds. And if I can't get my money up, I'm realizing I'm probably gonna have to lease something that's gonna be pretty small. Which means that field's gonna take a while. See if we get this to pivot. There we go. The one thing I'd like Giants to actually slightly tone down, and it's not too bad here, but I noticed on Alma, is the birds. There's a lot of birds. Waylon, have a good night. Thank you for stopping in the stream and supporting the channel as always. I will see you around the Discords and the farming community. But yeah, the birds lately on Alma, if you guys watch my series, I feel like they're just overloading the fields, which is kind of funny because I put down a lot of digestate in the fields on that series, and now it's like an overflux of birds. Come on, get up to speed. Pretty crazy how dirty this is gotten. So their dirt mask on this is pretty thick. Oh, that was the other issue I always had. And dairy, or if you guys want to call him Skywalker, dairy deer helped me out with getting the whole dirt mask and wear sorted, because that was another thing that I just could not get to tone down. I mean, this vehicle was just brutal. But I do like with this fast riser, even though it is pretty dirty right now, it doesn't completely fade everything out. You still get little, it's almost like a higher opacity mask instead of just completely darkening it out. So something I've noticed, it is, if you go in, if you're in Sims Discord or FSG, it should be Farmer Taz. I actually just commented, well, I definitely have a screenshot from last night in Sims. The video should be posted in the YouTube promotions and SimStations Discord too, for this video live stream. But it's Farmer Taz and then numbers. I don't have the Discord up right now, but let me see. I could probably just pull it up on the phone. It is Farmer Taz 1787. And it'll have my old school logo that's still kicking around. But yeah, I believe those are the numbers, 1787. This has no fertilizer in it, which for soybean doesn't really matter. For corn, we're gonna have to put stuff down. I almost think I should have sprayed slurry, pig slurry down on those cornfields first. So I think even for if we did sunflower, they'll need it. Oh, you know what I didn't check too? Our pigs. So when I just advanced a month, I just realized that's probably gonna push the pigs off the rocker. What we'll do is when we get back around, I'm gonna probably not too much of a straight shot there, but might be able to hire a worker. I have a little bit. I like it. I've been trying to figure out on Alma how I'm gonna change some things and stretch some things out around the farmyard. So I think it was pretty cool that it came out. And that just shows you, like, again, back to the modding community, what they can bring to the table. Because the fact that that's now a mod, which with grazing pastures and stuff, I guess you can kind of, you know, it was bound to happen. I guess you could say. But it's just nice to see those kind of things come. But have you built anything big with it yet, Scorpion? I know Scooter was saying earlier he's crossed over a few different animal pens to get them all in the same pasture together. Let's raise this. And let's run right down here. So while we're doing that, let's go look at the hogs. So I'm gonna let that worker run because I want to see what the actual hog number is. I have a bad feeling that we might be getting close to capacity again. 1100. We have 117,000 liters of slurry. We're good on food for now. Which on a lot of the smaller farms, Scorp, I feel like that's what you see. Like I drive around in northern Maine and there's guys that got cows and horses in the same pasture. So we're good there. So we're at 1,100 pigs. I can probably move some over to the barn. I kind of want to see what that barn limit was. $1,200. Oh, so I gotta move these, or I gotta sell. 372 for the male boar. Male boar 350, 315. That's what those are there for there. So on our actual barnyard, 14, 4, 4, 4. So the most expensive is 315 over there. So I would say we're gonna sell out some of the more mature ones. Is what we need to do. $14 months. 13 there. See, there's not really a lot. So, I mean, do I sell 151 of those porkers? I think that's what we're gonna have to do down the road. Is before the end of the month we need to sell those or move them to the other pen. I could move them to the other pen. Donkeys. That'd be something. I heard of people always putting donkeys out. Like I think upstate New York, because I grew up near there on the Vermont side of it. Upstate New York, I think a lot of them had donkeys. There was actually one farm in Vermont that had a camel. Camel, sheep, goats. And I'm trying to think. 1 or 2 emus. It's just a very weird setup for a farm. But they did a lot of, they sold a lot of bales. I think that's all the guy was really into, was just baling and selling it. Well, they stomp coyotes pretty hard too. I have seen those videos before. Now that you say it like that, yeah, usually it's like donkeys or Great Pyrenees. dogs you see as like ranch protectors. I mean, they are fusion, but if we're being honest, a lot of the urban areas I feel like now have quite a coyote problem too in a lot of areas. Use Arizona for example. I feel like you got coyotes running down. Oh, I jinxed it. I jinxed it when I said that we had one ad in 30 minutes. Now we've gotten 2 in 10.
Hey Spotifyers, click or tap the banner to listen to Fresh Finds, the best new music by independent artists and labels. Brought to you by our friends at Samsung. Circle it, search it, find it. Just like that on the new Galaxy S24 Ultra.
It's all good, Fusion. We know what you meant. We're just picking on you. Well, we ended up with all these lovely advertisements. 3 in a row. Come on now. Move along. 4. Okay. How do I where's my playlist here? Back to the music. Did not want that ad. Or any of those ads. Where's our music? We ain't got a work going right now. Modern Melbourne, where are you? There we go. It's weird, those ads like froze it up. Alright, time for us to jump back in here and finish this job. That way we can move on to getting some corn in the ground. Definitely gonna have to sell some pigs. I'm thinking that might be our task we do. Hunker down. Play my techno beat music. So we're gonna actually close this up. I'd say this animation goes pretty quick too for this. Hopefully you guys don't get hit too bad down there. Seems like most of the US right now is getting pounded by some kind of storm. Excuse me. So I'm actually gonna top this off. Thought for sure I was gonna hit that trigger. Let's fill this up. Let's get this switched over to corn. Narrow soybeans. Silage corn we don't need. Regular corn we do. We'll head over and get a course place set up because I think we're gonna sell some hogs. While we are here, we are gonna sell hogs and we're gonna try to get the most value out of them we can. Ambitious. The other thing I need to do with this tractor is clean up the interior a little bit. I mean, it's not bad, but it has like that gloss to it, just like those fenders. Many projects to further do in this to give this more life. The dirt mask inside this is pretty intense too. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't know how I want to split these up yet, we're gonna head down to what we know will definitely be a cornfield down here. I almost forgot to check our fuel. We're good on fuel though. But we'll set up course play on here, and then we're gonna go sell some hogs. Easter Bunny instead of Jim. There you go. What is balance, right? What is balance? There we go. Come on. I mean, I shouldn't complain. This is still pretty fast how this opens up because it's about the same speed as real life. There we go. Temporary course. We want to clear that temporary course. Boom. That's good. We want to do 2 headlands. Should be enough to do it. Let's take it down a notch. And generate. Should give us enough room to work this. There you go, Scorp. See, I'm worried about getting quite the workout again if I have to shovel more snow off the walkways here and at work. Let's jump over. Get this cranked up. We're gonna go sell some hogs. Probably easier to just sell them from there, but oh well. I mean, the other thing too is I could move them over. And I have to pick up the feed and oh, I just missed it. Thought I was gonna be just in the trigger there. All right, so we know there's not a lot of those. 13. How many are these? I wish there was also a button to go all the way up, all the way down. Yes, I know the herdsman stick from moving over, but I am going to sell these. But I actually thought, let me see. I thought I still had it on here. Maybe it's only on, yeah, see, it's right there. Can move 100 at a time, and my trailer is 80 at a time. So could I technically do both? Or do I have to hold the herdsman stick the whole time, which means I can't drive a vehicle? Vehicle leasing cost. So I think, honestly, what we want to do is, these guys are up there. Move them. Am I missing something on the move the animals? I thought See, I'm always used to just doing this, but I pay a fee for them. You know, just mainly taking them, selling this way. Oh, I'm gonna have to download that then. I remember seeing it, but I don't have that mod. No, because if I had the mod, it would pop up right here. So let's deliver these hogs, and then I'm gonna make a note to add that for the future episodes. So thank you, Scooter. I've seen it, but I never thought much of that mod because I was like, I got the stick already. And what's the quickest way? We're gonna take this way. It should get us there pretty quick. Oh yeah, these I'm selling. Yep. So I'm moving over. I just used that herd stick, which I thought I had it on here. And I do, but I didn't know there's an actual other mod for moving. I guess I missed that. But I am gonna definitely go find that after and utilize that because it's much easier to move things over than the herd stick. Now, is it limited to how many you can move at once? Scorp. I mean, I guess it wouldn't matter either because with the move mod, you just essentially move 100, click move 100 again, move another 100. I always forget which way. We're gonna go this way. No, we're not gonna go that way. That's the end of the map. It's the next one we're gonna turn. So I will definitely add that mod. Because that will come in handy. At least moving over the other pen. I think that's what I'm going to do with the ones that are brand new piglets. I think we'll move all of those over to the other pen. Start putting feed in there. And then those older sows will probably getting close to selling them. They grow pretty fast. See, this is where we want to make the left turn. See if my ATS practice has paid off. Can we swing the corner? Not once, but twice. Of course, our auto drive hates that bridge. Have a great night, Jeremiah. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Scooter, thank you. I'll check it out after this. It'd be nice to definitely add some torque to that 310. Even if it looks a little scrappy some days, for it to have the power would be nice. So we had a little multiplayer server going. It was Pleasant View Farm, Sim, Row Crop, Kyle. I'm trying to, I think that was everybody. No, we had Ryan on here too. But yeah, they're farming both Row Crop and Kyle was on the other side of that tree line. See, these are the fields I've never gone on to yet, even in offlines. William, how's it going? Well, welcome to the stream, buddy. See, I agree, Scooter. That's sometimes, like, I don't mind the stick when I'm trying to play really realistic, but there's times I'm like, I got 100 pigs to move, or I got, for example, on this multiplayer when we had this, Pleasant had like 1,000 chickens he had to move at once. No, they're supposed to be worked. That's the way I always look at my 310 and tell myself, it's just a really hard work tractor. Alright. Never noticed that bin top was over there like that. Interesting. See, every time you drive around this map, it's like something new.
When you're running a small business, small interruptions.
Oh, these ads are getting out of control. Whoop.
wireless plan for $19.99 per line with an
Driving at the trigger. I don't need to drive the trigger. I need to drive at the gate.
Built for business, built for us.
Get the hogs in there.
Minute Maid Zero Sugar tastes so great, it sells itself. So we didn't bother to write this ad.
All right. Oh, no.
Minute Maid Zero Sugar. Great taste, zero sugar. Sells itself.
$10,000? Okay. And to be honest, 80 hogs in this is not bad for the size. Yeah, let me know. 'Cause maybe it does. So we're going to cut straight through. We're going to take where Kyle's old farm was in row crop. That's what I thought. I thought there was one that moved a lot. Or you're talking, or never mind, Scorp, you're talking about his trailer. Yeah, his trailer moves a lot. And that was actually, I think the Farm Sim guy had the similar issues because he had so many chickens when he's done that chicken challenge. The million chicken challenge, that it's just tough. I mean, that's moving along, and I guess what you could do is you could set up auto drive, have like 5 trucks going at once. That might work. Cut that a little too tight. So go around this loop, and then that should take us back up towards the farm once we cross the bridge. That is a very valid point. Yeah, because that way would have took me back a little further to the east of the farm. This should take us right to the road we need to go. But that's what I think it should be. You know, if it's chickens, okay. If it's chicklets, that's another thing. Did I miss a turn? Oh boy. Never mind. I went the wrong way again. I'm actually confused. You guys are getting pure comedy tonight. So came off that road. Wait, that's the road we took before when we turned. So we were going the right way, I think. Getting a little off road here. Let's give it to her. Never been up there. I want to focus on the road though. You guys get me going. I was gonna say easy dev too, but he is right that sometimes when you create a custom field, it doesn't plan it. It'd be something if you could create or select, you know, custom fields and be like, okay, this is what I want on here. This is what I want to do here, and allow it to engage that way. Always like seeing that bridge. Stay on the road. We don't need to flip this. We don't need a crash counter on the stream. Not what we're going for today. Scorp's got all those quick methods. So we still came out in the middle section. So I was a whole road off. I thought I could weasel my way around, but I forgot that road is closed. So in the future, we will have to take a right out of there. Make sure we're not gonna get hit by the train. Oh no, did I hit the sign? No, I did not. We survived it. But the vehicle's caught right up to me. I did that once, Scorp. I'm trying to think of the map I was playing on. When I customized some things and completely forgot that when I created 2 different fields in one large field. It might have been on Yukon. And then I did that. The next thing I know, I'm like, oops. Completely adjusted it all the wrong way. And ended up with a field full of... That was bad driving on my part. Crash counter. Number 1. The beer hasn't hit me that much yet, I swear. Now let's do another run of them. Why not? One more run. And we'll see where our planter's at. Probably didn't need to pull this far in. Yeah, I'll do that sometimes. Trying to think. There's another map. I think there's another mod that screwed it up, but I filled like a silo full of silage, and next thing I know, it was gone. I was like, what happened to it? I realized the save game, because I had did your trailer trick to load the silo, was actually causing it to delete it. It's tough, tough. I think that was on Yukon too. Surviving the Yukon. That was a map for FS22 I just did not get back into. I tried to a few times, but it just, I don't know, it didn't feel the same. Something about those old FS19 trees were just different for logging. Instead fell into home at doing a logging survival challenge on Wilhelmina. Whoa. That's what I get for driving with a keyboard. I don't usually do the keyboard, and now I'm regretting it. Because twice I've almost dumped this trailer. I think nobody else drives down these roads. Alright, this time we're taking a right. We'll be off the map if we go that way. Let's put some more money in our pocket. It should be another 10 grand. Maybe more, because I think... Were the other ones 125 a piece or the 145 a piece? Should be about 10 grand either way. Yeah, there's a few of them that definitely... I get it adds a different feel. Like these right here are trees within trees. On the right, those shrubs are actually trees just playing on the map. Now there was a map that did that in FS19 we played multiplayer on, and I almost shut down the entire server for the farm sim guy. Fusion, you might remember this. This was Homewald. So I got out the old Raptor and just started demolishing every tree and branch I could find around my farm. And then I discovered a bunch of bushes that were actually trees under the map, which sent the server into like a shock. I haven't checked it out yet. I've seen a few people mention it, and I've seen like some screenshots, but I haven't seen videos of it yet, so I'll have to give it a look. But I am kind of, you know, Kansas 16X is a large map. It will be good for time lapses, but I kind of want something that gives me, you know, that log building building the town with from what was just dense woods. So I'll have to give that a check. 'Cause that's a 14 or a 4x. We have a 4x and a 2x or a standard size, right? And we don't care about the speed limit. I mean, that day it was. You guys would laugh because Esab was with me that day and he was like, what is going on? And then he came over and saw and realized, okay. Taz is ripping apart the entire farmyard of trees. Oh, I didn't know there was a 16x version. I knew there was, I think they made a 4x. That's the one I've been seeing people post, because there was a standard size, because I think that's by the Farm Sim Gamers, correct? The FSGs. There we go. Swivel down here. Beautiful. All right. Let's sell them. Oh yeah, so those other ones were 125. So these are 145. Perfect. That is good. Now let's see if we can not get lost on the drive back. That is the goal here, to not get lost. So while you guys are in here, I'm gonna post it after this on YouTube, but I gotta think of our cattle company name, or our farming company, whatever you want to call it, for Kansas 16X map, the Kansas expansion. And I gotta create some logos to put on some vehicles once we start expanding. But what would be some good names for Kansas cattle barn, farm, beef, all that stuff? I got some logos in my head, but it's trying to put a name with them. You know, we'll drive that corner this time. And I could use auto drive for this, probably make this easier, but sometimes I just like doing this stuff manually, even though I usually do it with the sim dashboards up in the steering wheel. Beef. Oh, I see what you're saying. Hee. The herd. Kansas herd nowhere. Or nowhere herd, meaning that the map is nowhere Kansas. Nowhere herd Kansas cattle company. No, I'm just kidding. One of these times I am probably going to accidentally drive off that. I just foresee it happening. Let's hope that's not on stream. Deer popping through the map. You know something I would like to see, just because I see a lot of them up here? Wild turkeys. Let's get rid of these big crows and let's go to wild turkeys. What do y'all think of that? We're gonna turn here. I almost got fooled by that again. Tassie Steak Ranch. Where's the beef? Actually, Scooter, you say that, and now all of a sudden in my head I'm thinking gut beef. There's no place like hoof. Get around this corner. We're trying to work this road pretty quick. I'm gonna go see how that planter is doing. I got a note over here too. The move animals mod, gotta add that. We'll definitely need that when we start moving them pen. At least you're moving the pen instead of moving like 100 at a time. I think that's what the sticks limit to. I think the stick limits you to 100. It could be wrong. Let's make this swing. I'm trying to remember if that's empty. I think there might. Whoa, whoa, don't run over the spuds. Can't remember if that's empty or not. So the rest of them I think I can move over. We made some money, which I can buy more hog feed with for now to get by. I'm gonna park this right back in here. Shut this down. Should have been over there. So we still got plenty of seed left. Diner plate cattle. There you go. See, you guys are coming up with some good names. That's what I figured you were saying was dinner. Just a typo. You got excited about it. Totally understand. So what's he got left? 26 minutes. But yeah, I mean that puts us, I think, about an hour and a half. Pretty solid. I mean, I feel like we got some stuff done. Obviously the beans are in. We've sold some hogs. You guys have helped me out figure out some methods of moving hogs at a faster rate, which would be nice, especially when they start getting out of control. As far as selling, probably gonna have to try to finagle an auto drive. I mean, I kind of already have an auto drive that gets from there to there, but we have to definitely set that up. Tornado beef. Hey, you guys are coming up with things. This is what I like, because this is what we could do. There's no place like the home of beef, Kansas. Just kidding. I took that from the Wizard of Oz. Kansas, no place like home. Cownado Herding Company. Okay, we're getting. You guys you're onto something. I'm in my head. I'm already like envisioning these logos, and I can see that happening. 50 Shades of Hay. That could be a way to end that series when that series comes to an end. Do all that work and then a tornado just wipes it out. That would be very feasible to that area, especially for how flat it is. See, okay, now it's happening. See all the crows coming in? I feel like they could slow down a little bit on the crow thing. Heard of Dreams Ranch? Hey! Scorb, that is what I was thinking. You know, kind of having so this is what I think, not so much a cow in the tornado for the logo, but the tornado, you know, being there, but in the shape of almost a cow's head. This is what, that's actually one of the thoughts I had on it. Then we just gotta throw it on a bunch of trucks when we start buying them. I just realized too, that spline, that almost looked like that car was on top of the train. And then now it's like leveled out when I get to the map edge. So this might actually, I mean, we filled this. I'm gonna say this might run out of seed before we're done this field. That too? Do a little cartoon animation to it. Edible acres. Scooter. Some people might take that the wrong way though and think that we're growing something else out there, not beef. So we got Edible Acres, we got Dinner Plate Cattle Company, Tornado Beef, Tazzy Steak Ranch, Herd of Dreams Ranch. Where's the NATO one? Cow NATO Herding Co. Let me get these saved here, because these are actual things that we could possibly utilize. Field to plate cattle, that works. So there's some good thoughts to work with. I think we gotta think of that. I'm gonna post a question on the YouTube channel. I think that'd probably be the best place for me to do it. Or on, maybe we could do it on our Facebook. Probably just do it on the YouTube channel. But I think that'll, kind of see where we're going. We're still a couple episodes away from starting to customize stuff, but we've got so many silage bales. I think in the last episode yesterday that came out, it was just showing what we were starting to bale, but not even showing how many. It's just absurd. Porterhouse Farms. I think that's gonna do it for tonight. I'm gonna let this guy. There's a guy in there, right? Just make sure I'm not offending anybody. So seed bait's not bad, even though we are going through a lot, but it is corn. I'm gonna let them work, and I think that's gonna be tonight's stream. It's only an hour and a half, but I might try to hop on again tomorrow night. We'll see. Now that Scooter sent me some stuff to work on for this 310, that may take up the time, but we'll see. But we might either be on here tomorrow night, or maybe we say, why not? Let's jump into Medicine Creek. Let's build something. Kind of let you all make the decisions on that. And now you guys just hitting me with more and more. I love it. Smoking Cow Herders, Brisket Ranch. Folks, I don't know why, but that sounds delicious. And that might be up there. The Smoking Cow Herders. I mean, you guys, I don't want to leave now because you guys are starting to land some key names here. I might have to actually work up tomorrow a logo for those. Brisket Ranch, Smoking Cow Herders. Those two I like. Field to Plate Cattle. I got a logo on my head for that one. I don't know if it has the ring I need, but the Smoking Cow one definitely hit, and the Brisket Ranch is definitely pretty solid. And then there you go, Smoking Brisket Ranch. We can come up with something. Smoked Brisket Ranch, gotta go. You two are right on it. But no, thank you guys for the likes, the support. We're almost to 1,000 subs. We're gonna keep pushing. We're getting there. I hope you all have a good night. If you're being hit by the storm, stay safe. Hope the power and everything stays on. I help you guys through it. Until next time, Farmer Taz out.